So what are those spiritual currencies? So first of all, you have to understand what real currency is, and not talking about money anymore, right? We're talking about the spiritual real currency everyone has the same of. And maybe you figured it out already. It is time and attention. Those are the two main currencies every human being on earth has exactly the same of. Okay, it's not money that they can print and produce all ever they wanted. No, time and attention. That's why everyone says time is the most valuable thing there is, right? And again, what's the quote you always hear? Time is money, right? So you have to ask yourself the questions deeply, right? What are you spending your time on? What are you, or where are you investing your time in? And what are you paying attention to? Once you realize that, you will really understand where your real money goes into. And not again this fake paper money or these digital numbers on your phone or your whatever, like screen where you see, oh my God, my bank account. No. It's your real time that clicks and your real investment, your real return on investment where you're putting your time and most important also attention to, right? Not only your time, but also what you're paying attention to. That's why you're saying spending your time and investing your time and paying attention, right? So guess what? You pay something and you will get something in return. If you pay attention to knowledge, you will end up with true understanding. If you pay attention to a Netflix series, guess what the logical outcome or your return on investment will be? Guess what? Not so much, right? Not so high return of investment. If you scroll through Instagram all day long and look at motivational videos, guess what your return on investment will be? Not that much. But if you pay attention to the real stuff which is going on, right, and spend your time in learning and backtesting and breaking down a chart, marking up charts, actually practice in the live market conditions, journaling your trades, paying attention to all the little details, right, putting in the effort, making everything fun for you, putting up a guideline, putting up all the rules and checklists for yourself, picking your personal preferred trading entry, right, for your right session, sticking to your game plan, sticking to your training plan, doing all this stuff and investing your time and attention properly. That's where you're getting the true return of investment, right? So spiritual currencies, spending time and paying attention from now on until eternity. Always keep that in the back of your head when you do anything, right? If you go to the sea with your friends, okay, that's pretty cool, but you're spending your time on stuff that doesn't bring you further. Okay, honestly, yes, it's good to spend time with friends, but if you're not in your life where you want to be, you should be more careful and more selective of where you're spending your time to. You can go to the lake with your friends if you're on a position life are you happy about. But if you are very unhappy where you are currently, why the fuck do you go to a lake with your friends and talk about random shit what Kim Kardashian did last Saturday? Who gives a shit, right? Or why do you talk about the last football game? It doesn't bring you further in life. You can do all those stuff if you are in a position life where you want to be. Okay, so whether information we put our time and attention to, we end up getting a return on your investment or our investment. It doesn't matter what you do, it will get leveraged, right? So if you play a mobile phone, okay, you will be maybe happy in the beginning, but on the long run, you're literally wasting your energy, your time, and all your potential in this stupid as mobile going. Or if you're playing Fortnite, I don't even know anymore what's the new games currently. I literally have not played any video games for for years and years. I don't know what's up. Last thing I can remember was this Fortnite hype, but that's like years ago, so I don't even know. And you should not know too. Why do you even know that shit? Like, why do you play these games? Again, it's all this dopamine shit. You're wasting your time. You're spending your time on the wrong shit. Again, that is what real money is, ladies and gentlemen. Again, they can't print that. They can't manipulate it. They can't fake it. They can't influence it. Everyone has the same exact 24 hours a day. Some more, some less. By more, I mean, okay, if you have a family, 3 women and 16 kids, you obviously have less time available. If you work full-time work, whatever stuff, you have less time than someone who's sitting full-time is for full-time work son, right? And whatever, has all the time as he wants to 24/7 a day, and whatever gets financed from a sugar lady, right? Then you have more time. But if you have a hardworking human being who has all whatever this reliabilities and work and a family to feed, your time is obviously way more limited than someone who is young, like fresh 18, dropped out of high school, whatever, doesn't have like rent to pay, all that shit, lives at home and is in the mother's basement, stuff like that. You have all the possibilities. Stop freaking wasting your real money, which is your time and attention. Again, delete that shitty Instagram or whatever, like this TikTok nonsense, and focus on really making something out of your life. That's what you have to do, right? And guess what? When you realize how you're spending your real quote-unquote money on Netflix and all that shit, you should awaken out of that. Because again, that's at the end of the day what decides where you go in your life. Again, see yourself in 2 characters, right? So that's you here, right? Or maybe that's you here right now in this stage, right? And that's where you want to go. And that's where you would absolutely jump off a building if you would end up being this person, okay? So for every decision you make, you either go in this direction or in this direction. It brings you closer to one of those 2 directions in life. It doesn't matter what you do. It's the food you eat. It's literally the message you don't send out. It's the email you don't answer. It's the game you play. It doesn't matter what you do. It brings you further to either the bad side of yourself or the good side of yourself. And if you truly see this scenario right now in front of your eyes, okay, try to really see what you're doing after you watch this video or what you did 2 hours ago or whatever. Does it bring you more into the direction of negativity, or does it bring you further into the direction of your good self, of where you want to be? Again, if you read, that's good, but what the fuck do you reading? Do you read Harry Potter, or do you read some sort of self-development book? But even a some self-development book, it doesn't really bring you that much further. You need to put actions that bring you really further. And a book is not really action. Again, you can read books if you're in a stage where you achieve something. But again, reading a book about self-development is very good, but actions is 50 million times better. Again, if you want to learn sales, yes, of course, it's good to read a book to learn how to do sales. But what's better than to read a book about learning how to do sales, to fucking go to a door, knock on the door, speak to the person, and making a sell? That's obviously better. Same thing with trading. Learning about trading is essential. Of course, if you don't learn how to trade, you will get fucked up. But if you spend all your time in the charts, looking at price action every day and backtesting, practice, putting in the work, marking up stuff, making rules, making guidelines, following your templates, following your checklist, that's obviously much better because you learn out of experience, because you're investing your time properly. If you watch these videos every day for the next 50 million years, you will not become a good trader because you have to put in the work. That's what literally is the action. First, you need, of course, the right knowledge. But if you just have the knowledge and don't invest your time and attention properly, it will not come out of magic, of winner. Okay, so you have to understand, you have to put in the time in actions. That's what makes the real money. If you really invest your time in the real things, action based. Okay, so what else do we have in here, right? So investing the time in the right things will give you a return on your investment in form of, for example, the right understanding, the right skills, the right expertise, and the right empowerment. Okay, so that is why most people struggle in life, as they pay and invest their attention and time into the wrong things. And we all know how easy it is nowadays to get lost in this endless Instagram story swiping and dopamine machine gun TikTok videos, and oh my god, let me just watch 15 other reels of my favorite Instagram guru and blah blah blah, and oh my god, motivational this, and oh, this guy drives a Ferrari and puts a fancy music to this to this video, and I watch it all day long. I want a Ferrari. You will not get a Ferrari if you watch freaking people driving around with Ferraris. You will get a Ferrari putting in the work the people did 10 years ago before they drove a Ferrari, right? That watching Warren Buffett advice and shit like that will not bring you further, because Warren Buffett is already a billionaire. If he gave you advice of what he did 50 years ago, because that guy is very old already, the story is very different of what he does now. Again, he reads 20 books, whatever, or something like that craziness a day now. I fucking forgot his number. Ridiculous shit. Whatever, one book a day, something like that. Doesn't really matter. But you should not do that, because you are not a billionaire yet. Guess how many books he probably read when he was in his 20s? Probably not much, because he was very busy figuring out investment by action. Right? He learned through actions, and then obviously used the compounding and all the investment strategies and nada. But you have to do the stuff he did, whatever, 50 years ago to get to a level he's in 50 years later. Again, if you're getting advice of a billionaire for what he's doing right now, it will not help you. It will not help you. You have to put yourself in the situation of someone who's not there. So you have to sit on your ass and have to put in the work. You have to do this stuff nobody else wants to do, right? Everyone wants to be a millionaire or a billionaire. Nobody wants to put in the work. Spending your time is obviously much easier watching a Netflix series about whatever, someone have living a fancy life or some documentary, because it's easy. You don't need to do anything. But sitting on your ass and putting in the work, sweating off your ass, and doing the shit nobody likes to do, putting in the back test, getting the L's in a row, learning out of the L's, journaling your trades, back test and check where you've went wrong. That's not easy. That's very uncomfortable. Learning over months and months, getting setbacks after setbacks, of the L, of the break even, of the getting frustrated after not finding the last piece of the puzzle. That shit is frustrating, but you have to do it. You can ask every successful trader, including myself, the beginning is hard as fuck, okay? But you have to be aware of that. It will not be easy. You just have very good understanding about the markets, but it will not magically press the button for you, right? Automatically. No, we're working on EAs and stuff. No, of course we do, right? But at this stage, there is no magic formula that will magically press a button and boom, oh, Reem said buy here and this and this. No, you have to understand what's going on. Understanding, skill, expertise, right? And empowerment. That's what you gain if you put in the time, work, effort, and your full attention. Again, and no distraction. Again, if you're trading, watching whatever anime on the sides, I saw people doing that. They sent me like screenshots of a trade, and you can see on the phone they're having like the YouTube thing open, the premium. You see that, what the fuck are you doing? You want to become a trader, full-time trader, and you watch an anime on this, an anime cartoon on the side, the Dragon Ball Z, whatever. What the fuck are you expecting? If you treat trading like a joke and just be like, oh, I just look at the chart, like while I'm cutting my toenails. What are you expecting? It will not work like that. Again, be trading with alerts now, because we put in before the thousands and thousands of hours of understanding of what should happen and what's our zones we want to execute from. Okay, then you can have the charts on the side, and when the alert brings, okay, There you go, perfect. But not at the beginning. At the beginning, you have to understand and develop the skill to do the chart. It becomes way more comfortable, way more easy over time, but the beginning is hard, okay? So ask yourself these questions truthfully. What are you spending your time on a day-to-day basis? What are you literally doing all day long? What are you spending your time on? What are you investing your time in? What is the main driving factors? Check your phone. Check your phone thing, go to settings and check how much time you're spending on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, I don't know, TikTok, WhatsApp, Snapchat, I don't freaking know. Just check your time and cut that cancer out. Okay? What are you paying attention to? Again, if you're trading, what are you paying attention to? Are you getting distracted? Do you look at your phone? Do you message with some hot chick in the back time as well and want to impress her and think about like, oh, this and this guy's story and oh my god, let me check what this guy does and this chick and blah blah blah. Like check all these stuffs truthfully. Okay? That is where you will find out whether you're investing in real value or not. Because most of the time you're spending our time on nonsense, entertainment, distractions, and you know exactly what those things are for you. You know exactly what's the things you like to do. If it's this football game or soccer, whatever people call it, or like the last boxing match or basketball, doesn't know what it is for you, but you have that stuff. You're investing your time in a lot, but what's the return of the investment? If you're the biggest fan of Bayern Munich football team, what will that gonna do for you? Where in life will that bring you further to? Nothing, right? But if you're spending all your time in developing something, like really understanding something, learning a skill, like building something, developing your own self further and further, that's what brings you this return on investment you want to achieve, right? Okay, so you will have a return on investment again on those things you're spending your time on doing. And you can imagine what the return on investment of watching TikTok videos for 5 hours every single day will be.